Good evening, guys. Sorry about the delay there. Um, we had to take a puppy potty. So, um, I apologize about the delay in getting started there. I know some of you are patiently waiting. Um, so first things first, I wanted to apologize for not being live for a little while. I know I've been a little AWOL, but I had some things come up at home here that I needed to take care of business-wise, that kind of took precedence over some of the other things that I'm doing because, well, got to pay the bills. Yes, it's good to see you, Jay. Hi, Tammy. Um, so a couple of quick updates. Guys, the truck is down right now. I officially do not have wheels at the moment. Yesterday, when I was on my way home from my store, the shifter cable went. So I had a friend of mine put it in drive. I got it home, but I'm not going to be able to get it fixed till either tomorrow evening or Saturday morning. So that leads to even more crappy news, which is that I will not be able to attend the Trump rally on Saturday. I really wanted to go. It's in Jersey. It's not that far. But with the truck being down, there is just no way time-wise I'm going to be able to make it. And I don't want to do like I did at Schnecksville, get in line and be there for 2 hours and then not be able to even get in the gate. So that would be really, really stinky. It would be a real bummer if I drove all that way and wouldn't be able to get in. So since I can't get there early enough during the day, it does not look like I'm going to be attending, which really bums me out. Again, I wanted to really cover that for you guys. But Wildwood, New Jersey, guys. Wildwood, New Jersey is where it's happening Saturday, the Trump rally. So if you guys get there, I will be anxiously watching from home myself because, again, I unfortunately do not have wheels at the moment. So, hi, Linda. Nice to see you. It's so good to see all of you guys here in the comments saying hello. I really appreciate all of you guys checking in, getting some updates. So yeah, like I said, unfortunately, I had some family things, household business things that I needed to take care of. And now my truck is down. So that stinks. But there are some things going on this weekend, guys. As you do know, the Trump rally is this weekend. There are a couple other events. There is something that is fairly nearby to where I'm at. Hi, Mater. And that is actually a intertribal powwow. So I may check that out this weekend. If I do, I'll try and go live for you guys. Again, that's going to depend on whether or not my truck gets fixed. It is, I think it's tomorrow and Saturday, if I remember correctly, or Saturday and Sunday. I'll have to double check the flyer, but it is on my page. That's here in Pennsylvania. But again, lots of events, guys. There are a bunch up on the page. I'm going to be working on some more tonight after I'm done with this live. So I have been trying to diligently work on making sure that we're keeping you guys current with that information so that you have all of those flyers. A couple of other dates to keep in mind. The 25th. Worldwide Unity Day, also rally in front of the WHO or the rally against the WHO treaty in front of the UN in New York. And guys, if you didn't see, our senators did send a letter to Biden discouraging him from entering into that agreement. So if you didn't get a chance to check it out, that letter is posted on the Facebook page. I haven't been as active on all of the social medias as normal. I have been a little behind, like I said. Unfortunately, I just haven't been able to keep up. And of course, the other members of the kitchen, this is also a busy, busy, busy time of year for them as well. Kayla, our dreaded chicken lady, she is tending to a whole bunch of animals. And of course, it's springtime. So that makes it a little crazy at her house right now with everything going on there. But again, Yeah, I'm doing my best, guys, to try and keep up with everything. There are so many different events that are coming up in a very, very short amount of time. May, June, and July are just absolutely packed. So, guys, get ready, buckle up. This is going to be a crazy, crazy summer. Of course, it is election year. So, we're going to try and bring you guys as many of those presidential candidates as we can. Bring you information from rallies or places that they're at. I do have that as a goal of mine, so that we can bring you guys all of the information possible so you can check it out and make your own decision. Again, I I know that you guys realize here we like to present you guys with information and let you make choices on your own, because we absolutely believe that you're capable of handling all of that knowledge and figuring it out. I know, Tina's love. I was going to bring that up, guys. There is the Axe the Tax protests. They are going on in Canada, in Alberta. And again, yes, they are on day 39, which is absolutely amazing, guys. They have been out there for over a month, since April 1st. They have been out every single day in Alberta holding the line against that carbon tax, which jacked 23% tax, I believe it was. I could be wrong on that number, but I know it's close to that. But it was a huge, huge tax increase for our Canadian brothers and sisters. And again, they are holding the line. So if you are one of those people watching in Canada and you have the availability to support them, please do. They are live streaming continuously from there, on and off. All different streamers, of course. Some of the easier ones to find on social media, you have Ron Clark, Freedom Advocate, of course, Freedom George, he's been there, and Canadian Warriors Against Tyranny, I know, have been streaming. So again, guys, you want to make sure you're checking them out for all of the footage going on in Canada with the Axe the Tax. You also have Tamara coming to Niagara, guys, June 2nd. That is right around the corner, just a couple weeks from now. So even those of you on this side of the border, if you're close enough, Tamara is going to be there. It's a fundraiser happening in Niagara. If you guys are interested, the information is on my page with all the contacts there, but it is going to be amazing from what I understand. Yes, Chris Barber is going to be there as well. They do have a couple other guests that are going to be there. It's going to be an amazing time, guys. Again, that's up in the Niagara region, June 2nd. So if you want to check that out, that is really cool. And I think, didn't they just get, wasn't Chris just in court, I think he was. I'm pretty sure. I didn't get a chance to check everything yet. I've been, like I said, kind of off social media the last few days. I've really been trying to get things straightened out with my business, because I have some big developments in that too, in my personal life. And so it's just been a little bit crazy, but I am going to be actually closing my physical locations, my stores, and going strictly online with my cosmetics. So that should be interesting. But I am trying to get that done in the background, in addition to making sure that we're bringing you guys all of the information that we can, all of the events that we can, keeping you guys current and up to date. Like I said, I just unfortunately wanted to let you guys know I am not going to be able to be at that Trump rally as I had anticipated, with my truck being down. It should be a simple fix, guys. It looked like, and so from what I'm told, it's the upper clamp on the shifter cable. I don't know, but it was just this little tiny plastic piece. It's a little U-shaped thing that was laying on the floor of my driver's seat at the pedals. And I was like, what's this? Really not cool. Kind of scary when, it's funny, I drive all the time, but it's kind of scary when when you really think about not being able to shift gears, not that you normally need to in an automatic, but it's kind of scary to know you don't have reverse. So there's that. But hopefully she'll be fixed, like I said, either tomorrow night or Saturday morning, but it does kind of put a damper on the plans for the weekend. So hopefully, if I am mobile and I can catch it, there, like I said, there is a powwow close to my house, so I might be able to do that. Tammy, yes. So plans for Canada in the near future. One of the other bonuses about being home this weekend is they are doing a vaccine clinic for animals. And so I can get the rabies vaccine for Rio, which means that I can get that on Saturday morning. And that means I can bring him over the border, which makes life a lot easier. So hopefully, I really am. Like I said, I have my eye on Niagara right now. So I'm hoping to maybe be up in Canada in the next few weeks. I am going to have to keep you guys posted, trying to make sure I save my pennies and have all my things in order here at home, because again, it's a little bit of a trek to get up there and get back, especially if I want to spend a day or two. It does equal about a week that I'm not home and out of work and things like that. So I need to make sure we have that all settled. But yeah, I am really trying to get there. Like I said, hopefully the end of this month, the beginning of next month. That is the goal. Like I said, looking at that Niagara region, guys, because there is a lot of exciting stuff going on. So again, lots of really great events coming up. I do apologize about, again, not being able to keep to the schedule for this weekend as I had anticipated. But again, we want to make sure that we're safe on the road when we are traveling. So of course, we do need to make sure that the truck can go into park and reverse and drive and those kinds of things. Hi, Donnie. Good to see you. So again, I'm really glad you guys are joining me. I figured we could chat a little bit if you'd like. It's been quite some time since I've been able to see all of you guys. And again, I do appreciate all of you guys being here, being in the comments. It's a little different being at home in my office and not being on the road. Imagine that, guys. Josh, hey, how you doing? I've got one of my Pennsylvania State neighbors in the house here. Hey, World Unity. Oh, you are? You're with Ron and Amanda? Amazing, amazing. I'm so glad. We were just talking about the protests going on up there. I am so excited to see you guys here in the chat. This is amazing. Welcome. Yeah. Again, guys, up in Alberta, day 39. And I know I just picked up a flyer off Ron's page. I saw you guys have another flyer out, so I'm going to be putting that up. As I was letting everybody know, we're going to be putting that up tonight. I'm going to be working on some more events, and hopefully I will start to get some of the reels out and some of those photos that I've been backlogged on while I'm trying to get caught up. Yeah, I saw you guys lost part of the kitchen. I was very upset about that. I didn't get a chance to watch all the live streams or anything. I was just skimming through, but I saw you guys had some really crazy wind up there, but that you guys were rebuilding camp and that you were going to get the kitchen taken care of. But I was like, oh my goodness, of all things. It really was crazy to read, but I am so very proud of all of you guys for being up there, holding the line, and really showing everybody, hey, look, you're serious, you're digging in your heels, you're holding the line. And I watched everybody delivering that paperwork up there to the RCMP. So guys, if you didn't check that out, that was what the Karis Project, I do believe, and you want to check that out. They were serving the RCMP. I did post that video on my page to Ron's live stream from that day. That was actually really cool, and I did get to watch that live as it was happening. Really amazing stuff happening in the world right now, guys. Oh, our flag made it back to Ontario. Oh, that's wonderful. So guys, for those of you that don't know, there is a traveling Soup Mama flag. It is a POW MIA flag. It's been up in Canada now for quite some time. We've been passing it back and forth. Back and forth over the border, and it went from Ontario all the way out to Alberta, and it's back in Ontario, which is really, really cool. So hopefully I'll get to see that beautiful flag again soon. But we like to trade on and off. We like to hand it off and fly it between here in the States and up in Canada, and we like to get it to travel. So Yes, you do. You guys have an amazing team out there. And like I said, my love and prayers are with you guys. I am with you in spirit and in heart. And it is just amazing that you guys are out there showing the truth every day and being a voice for those that feel like they're voiceless. And that's what it's all about is, working together, guys, in unity, no matter what our gifts and talents are, whether you're a big mouth, or whether you're somebody that likes to type letters, or whether you're somebody that likes to just do the paperwork and the research part. Every group of people needs your help, needs your specific skill set, whatever it may be, because we all do have those amazing gifts and talents and something to offer towards bettering the world for ourselves, because it's not going to get any better if we don't do anything about it. So we've got to be able to offer up our talents and our gifts. There are so many different ways you can get involved, guys. And if you're not sure how, just send me a message. I'll get you in touch with somebody nearby. We'll figure out what it is that you're passionate about and what you want to do to try and help. And we'll get you in touch with those that are already making a difference so that we can all work together in our best capacities. So, hi, Shelly. Oh, yes, Josh, let me know if you guys are going to do another flag wave out in the area. I would love to come hang out with you guys again. Josh, he is also known as the Freedom Twins. And we did a flag wave. I think it was last year or the year before. I don't even remember anymore. The days kind of mushed together, but we did a flag wave on an overpass. It was so much fun. I had such a great time with those guys. Hi, Ron. How are you? It is so nice to see you in the comments. Welcome. So yeah, we're having a little chat because unfortunately, my shift cable went in my truck and I'm stationary. So it doesn't look like I'm going to make it to the Trump rally this weekend. And I'm really upset about that. But I did want to let everybody know because I know there were some people that were really excited about me streaming it. Oh, you're on day 40? I thought it was 30, 39 or 36. Oh my gosh. I know. Like, it's amazing. Like I said, I know you guys have been there since April 1st, so I didn't even do the math. I just know it's over a month, and I am just so proud of you guys. And like I said, watching you guys serve that paperwork to the RCMP was amazing. Super, super exciting. I've seen stuff like that, very, very similar here in the States. There was a video that a friend of mine recorded in Maricopa County that was really wild to watch, and I was very, very excited about that too. So there are some amazing things happening on both sides of the border there, guys, when it comes to serving that paperwork out. Again, I believe, Ron, it was the Karis Project. Was that the name of the group that the guy was with, the gentleman that you guys were with serving that paperwork? I had it written down, but I don't know what I did with those notes. It's so terrible. I have it. I know I have the bookmark saved somewhere, but yeah, absolutely awesome, guys. Like I said, I'm going to be updating some more flyers for you. So again, you want to make sure that you're checking out the Soup Mama official page on Facebook. I have all of the event flyers pinned at the top of the page. There's currently 3 posts of flyers right now. Again, I'll be working on some more of those tonight into tomorrow. So that list is probably going to almost double, I'm sure, because there's always a ton of events going on all over the world. But again, May 25th, put on your calendars, guys. That is, again, Worldwide Unity Day, Worldwide Freedom Rally Day. And that's also the protest at the UN headquarters in New York City. So that is definitely something you want to check out. General Flynn is up in New York, by the way, guys. Tomorrow he's in Batavia. And I believe on Saturday, he is going to be in Connecticut. Now, a friend of mine has offered to live stream that for us. So on the platforms here. So I believe he's going to be doing it on X for us. So if you guys want to check that out, the General Flynn event, that'll be Saturday evening. I forget exactly what time, but that's going to be on X. I'll try and find out the time and get it posted for you guys. So we will have something very, very cool to watch on the platforms. So Linda, when you go on Soup Mama Official on Facebook, so that's all you do, Soup Mama Official. And at the top of the page, there's featured posts. And you're going to see one that says May events, May 2024 events and beyond. And if you click on that, it gives you the links for all of the posts with the flyers. There's 80 pictures per post, guys. That's all they allow you to attach. So there's roughly 240 flyers right now. And yeah, if you guys have flyers, send them to me. Put them in the comments on the Facebook post. Send them to me in Messenger. Send them to me on Gmail. It's soupmamaofficial@gmail.com. It's all one word, guys. If you send me your flyers for your events, I will happily put them on the page. I want everybody to find them. I want us all to be working together. So please send me your events. If you're running for an office and you have a meet and greet, or you're doing a presentation or a Q&A or something where you can meet your constituents or the people that you want to represent, send me those flyers. I'll put them up for you guys. I want people to know where they can find the information for the candidates in their area, for the events going on in their area, for the groups. Dale Richardson, the Karis Project. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate that. Like I said, I'm going to be updating stuff. I want to write that down again because, like I said, I lost my last set of notes. So while it's sitting in front of me, I'm actually going to do that because I'm in my office. Hi, Dan. How are you? Good to see you in there, darling. But yeah, Mr. Richardson, he was amazing. And up in Canada there, the Karis Project. Now, I know they have contacts here in the States as well. But yeah, guys, that is one way to get involved, serving the paperwork. If you want to know what it's all about, I did post the live stream that day on the Soup Mama official page on Facebook for Ron's live. So you can actually go back, check that out, and watch them serve that paperwork so you can see exactly what it is. Listen to what he has to say. Absolutely amazing. It was so exciting. What an awesome live stream to be on. But again, we're going to be putting a lot of information up on the page, like I said, between tonight and tomorrow. I have a bunch of stuff saved on the phones. I just haven't had the time to sit down and do it all. But again, if you have event flyers, if you know of something going on and you want to see it put out there so that everybody can join in, please send me the flyer. You never know where I'm going to end up either. That's how I find the events that we go and travel to, is I check through my flyers and see what's going on, see what's exciting and new. If it's a group that I've been to before, if it hasn't, and I try and get to that event, especially if it's a new group that I don't know, so that we can see who else is out there, because I always want to introduce ourselves to new people. So we always have new avenues and new groups to work with, again, so that we can all work for the betterment of everybody across the globe, no matter what country you're in, because it's all about working together. It's all about all of us as human beings, having basic rights and freedoms. So his daughter serving different states. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, Ron, I had seen Maricopa County get served, which was really cool. I don't know if it's the same group, but I do know that they were served with paperwork that sounded very, very similar. So again, I know that's been going on here in the States for a little while, and they are working very, very diligently. So guys, if you want to get involved, please check it out, the Karis Project. Like I said, they are serving different municipalities, different government officials, police, and like I said, the RCMP. It was absolutely amazing. And this is how we hold them accountable, guys. Getting involved, doing some of the legwork, doing some of the paperwork, and really getting active with these groups. Like I said, we all have amazing, amazing gifts and talents to offer. So again, the best thing to do is just, if you're not sure, reach out. I promise I don't bite. And we'll get you in touch with whoever we need to get you on the right path towards making a change in your community, because it all starts at the local level. It all starts at home, guys. And that's the real truth of it. And that's what they're finding, especially here in the States. you know, if you've been watching a lot of the news about the elections and things like that, and people fighting to have clean and safe elections, you're finding that this corruption, they're finding it in their backyards, guys, in their backyards, in their home communities. That's where they're finding a lot of these discrepancies. So if you think about it, it does start with you and me at home. You too, Ron. Tell Amanda I said hello. I love you guys. And hold the line, honey. I'll be watching. What a great surprise seeing Ron in the comments there, guys. How absolutely amazing. Him and Amanda are awesome, awesome people. Hey, Ben, long time no see. How are you? How are you? But yeah, guys, you know, like I was saying, you know, it does really, really start at home. It really starts with, you know, being a poll watcher or being a poll worker, or, you know, going to your school board meetings, or going to your township meetings, or your borough meetings, or, you know, like I said, part of it is accountability and doing your due diligence before you go to vote, checking out these people and not just what they say, especially those that have been in office for a while. Look at their records. Look at their voting records so that you know whether or not they're telling you the truth, whether or not they have your best interests at heart. And you always want to make sure that when you're looking at things that are being proposed, if you are at those meetings, you want to look at the fancy language and you want to look through it. Make sure that you're reading it and understanding it. Always play devil's advocate. That's one of the best pieces of advice that I could ever give you, is that when somebody presents you with information, instead of taking it as gospel, instead of taking it as this is absolutely correct, play devil's advocate. Play the other side. Ask those tough questions. And when you ask yourself those questions, you're going to find really interesting answers. And that's how you get to the truth. Yeah, exactly. Always read the small print. That's it. You know, that's the important part. You guys need to make sure, just like, you know, when you look at, you know, something that I've talked about several times, I'm going to talk about it again, you know, as we're talking about the WHO pandemic treaty. One of the other things that we need to talk about is the 15-minute smart cities and the World Economic Forum. You know, let's look at this. Let's look at the 15-minute cities. Let's look at the geofencing. You know, let's look at what they're putting. You know, people laugh when I say it, but look at what they're putting in the street lamps. You know, when you really start looking at this stuff, when you really start looking at a 15-minute city, okay? What is a 15-minute city? Do you guys know? Because it's really amazing to me how many people don't actually even know what a 15-minute city is. But I'm going to kind of explain it to you in a nutshell. So a 15-minute city, for those of you that don't know, is a city that is contained that within 15 minutes of riding a bicycle, you can reach everything that you need, whether it's a grocery store or you know, a movie theater or garage or whatever. Okay, it's this little like geographic area. And what the legislation that's being proposed in Europe says, okay, because so we're going to base it off of what's actually happening in the world. So what the legislation and stuff in Europe is saying is that you'll only have so many passes in and out a year. You have to have a good carbon footprint. If you want to drive a car, it has to be one of those super ultra low emissions. Sounds kind of like history repeating itself, if you ask me. And I have to be careful because there's a lot of censorship going on, and apparently, you know, this new law that's they're trying to pass, you know, it's terrible. It's terrible. You should not have to censor yourself in this day and age. In the United States, I should not have to censor my speech. But I have to, or they'll block what I say. But I like the term, instead of 15-minute smart city, I like the idea of calling it a 15-minute ghetto. And if you look back through history, you can put that together. And I want you to take, on your own free time, I want you to look at what a smart city is. And then I want you to look through history, and I want you to check out what the ghettos were during the wars. And I want you to make a list. I want you to compare them side by side. Tell me what you see. Well, Josie, in New York, they already have camps. They already have quarantine camps. So for those of you that don't know, in New York, Governor Kathy Hochul, if she suspects you of being sick, she can send people to come in and take you right out of your home. Take your communication devices, put you in a camp, and keep you there indefinitely. And that's how the legislation's written right now in New York. They're also trying to change the New York Constitution. So for those of you that don't know, they want to eliminate age as a discriminating factor. Take care, world unity. God bless you guys. Yeah. Write the list in cursive. Yep. Make it harder to read, especially for the young folk. No. And that's the other thing. It's a shame. We need to be more vigilant in teaching our children. A lot of kids don't even know how to sign their own name anymore. And to me, I look back through history, and we have all these emojis and things that the younger generation's talking in. And to me, it's no different than hieroglyphs. And if you can't sign your name, is that any different than just making your mark? And if that expression doesn't ring a bell for anybody, let's go back through history and let's talk about those uneducated folks during times, of the Revolutionary and Civil War that could not sign their name. And what did they do? They made their mark because they couldn't sign their name. Now, if you're just making a mark on a piece of paper, is that really how we want to go with this? Just make your mark? It's like just being a number. Just being a little check in a box. It's important. I was never the greatest at history. Not by a long shot. I was not good at history or geography, but it always intrigued me. And there were some things that I had always found absolutely fantastically amazing that they even happened. And of course, there were things like the Holocaust or the Great Depression. And those things are things that sort of fascinated me in odd ways. And so when you look at what's going on today and you look at what's transpired in history, it's pretty crazy. Hang on a second, guys. Oh, that is so cool. I just got an amazing photo of our flag in Ontario. So I'm very excited. Very excited. Very excited. Yay! Thank you for sending that. But yeah, history has definitely written the playbook for current events. So if you're looking for an outline or you're looking for what's coming, if we don't stand together, you can find it in history. You know, one of the things I found is that if people learn to stand together, they would have been able to overcome the powers that be. There are more of us than there are them. And what we have to do is we have to put aside petty differences. We have to put aside the name calling, putting people in boxes. And we have to start finding the things that we have in common. And once you find those things that you have in common with someone, you work with those first. You don't have to agree on everything. You don't have to see eye to eye on everything. But if they're trying to work towards the same goals you are, even if they see things a little differently, that doesn't make them evil. That doesn't make them a bad person. And it doesn't make them wrong. It just makes them different. And if we focus on those things that we have in common, instead of the things that tear us apart, we are unstoppable. Unstoppable. You know, one of the greatest things that I remember from the very beginning of the convoy, when I first got there to Hagerstown, that first weekend, those first couple nights I spent there, one of the most amazing things about being there was that there were people from all different walks of life, all different nationalities, all different places they called home, all different belief systems, and yet they all coexisted in that same space and worked for the same goals for a month there in Hagerstown. They stood united. Just like the guys are doing right now out in Alberta for that carbon tax. They're standing united. It doesn't matter what background, where you come from. They're standing against the powers that be crushing us. I stood with those truckers. I watched it with my own eyes. I've seen unity over and over and over again in small doses. And we need to come together in a big way, and we need to do it now. We all need to be activated now. The clock is ticking, guys. The clock is ticking. They're not going to stop. And just because our Senate sent the letter to Biden doesn't mean that Biden isn't going to try and hand over our sovereignty to a bunch of unelected officials. Understand this. Now, yes, can the Senate try and stop him? Yeah, absolutely. But that doesn't mean that it's a guarantee. I like my freedom. I like being able to decide for me what's best for me based on what I want. Me, my creator, my doctor. That's it. Ultimately, me and my creator. That's a choice. And as of right now, we have that choice. But right now, we're facing a loss of that choice. And I don't care what background you're from. I don't care if you're registered Republican, Democrat, Independent. I don't care if this is the first year you registered to vote. Thank heavens for that. I don't care if you're rich or if you're poor. Doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is, are you a decent human being? And we also have to remember, guys, freedom isn't just for those we agree with. Okay, freedom is also for those that we disagree with. We don't have to like their point of view. We don't have to agree with it. Sometimes you have to agree to disagree. Here in this group, on my pages, everyone's welcome. We're allowed civil discourse. I allow civil discourse. I ask that everybody be respectful, but please, we want you guys to be able to express your opinions. I do remember the overpasses. Let me just look through some of these comments, guys. Like I said, we all have amazing gifts and talents to offer. Whether, like I said, whether it's making phone calls, writing letters, helping somebody with a campaign, being a poll watcher, being a poll worker, going to your township meetings, going to your school board meetings. Those things all need to happen, and they need to happen now. They can't wait anymore. We need to use our voices. We need to be pushing back. Because if we don't start uniting, if we don't get people activated, we all lose. That's it. We all lose. Every single one of us. Oh, Rio is in the room next to me. I'm hiding in my office. I took him potty before I started the live, and he's chilling over in the bedroom. So he's pretty quiet over there. So he's either content and sleeping, or he found something to chew on that he's not supposed to be. Hi, Nancy. Like I said, guys, there was a sense of community, and there was a sense of again, that compromise, that community. And that's kind of what I was getting at, is that, when you're in these groups, when you go to these events and you meet these folks that are out there working hard every day, you'll find that these people are taking their time, volunteering their time and money and efforts. And they work too. They have kids too. They have jobs and responsibilities and homes. They're everyday people like you and me. And they're dedicated and they're tireless and they're amazing, but they need help. They need more of us to join them. When you have larger groups working together. Many hands make light work. It makes the load a lot easier, and you cannot move a mountain, guys, unless you are willing to dig into the dirt. You got to pick up that shovel and you got to just start moving. And yes, sometimes it seems like an impossible task, but the more of us that pick up that shovel and start moving that dirt, the faster that mountain moves. It's very simple. And like I said, we need people on all facets. So it doesn't matter if you're more passionate about the CRT in schools, awesome. We need people to work on that. If you're more passionate about the 15-minute cities, awesome. We need people to work on that. If you're passionate about serving these people with papers, awesome. We need your help there too. You know, again, it doesn't matter what you're super passionate about. You want to take that passion and you want to put it to good use. And if we all chip in just even an hour of our time, towards a good cause, it would make such an amazing difference. But we all need to work together to do it. And like I said, we don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree. We don't have to like everything each other says. But if we all work to each other's strengths and we build each other up instead of tearing each other down, and we really start working on the problem and not creating problems with each other, that's when we get things accomplished. That's when we get things done. And like I said, if you're not sure where to start with the page on Facebook. Start with those events. Send me a message if you're not sure. At this point, I'm so blessed and so fortunate to know so many amazing people across the globe. I don't care where you live. If you want to get connected with somebody, we'll find you someplace to be connected. We'll find some place that you can call home. Someplace that you can put those talents to good use. No, tonight is one of those nights. So I had told everybody I was going to be at the Trump rally on Saturday, and I was going to try and stream it for everyone, but my truck broke. And I had stuff come up with my business, so I wasn't live last weekend. So what I wanted to do is just check in with everybody. One, to let you guys know I was okay. Two, let you know about my truck, which unfortunately means I won't be able to do the Trump rally. But kind of give you some updates, and we just figured we'd have a nice chat this evening. So Billy Bob, how old am I? Old enough to know better and too young to care. I hope that answers your question well enough. The thing is, guys, a lot of people ask, what's the point of the convoys or the flag waves? At this point right now, guys, a lot of the protests, the flag waves, the convoys, any of those events, a lot of them are to raise awareness. There are a lot of people walking around out there that just don't know what's happening. There's a lot going on. Okay, first of all, I try and remember. I try and take myself back a few years when my children were younger, okay? And I really think I do. I think about this often. And, Al, so what I'm going to say about Alberta is, I see you're saying it has no impact. But in Alberta, those same people along the side of the highway served the RCMP with paperwork. and have file numbers. And so there's a lot more being done than just standing along the side of a highway. And that's what a lot of people fail to grasp, is that when it comes to these events, when it comes to the convoys, when it comes to the flag waves, when it comes to these rallies and things, it's not just to make noise. There's a reason those flags are on the vehicles. There's a reason that they're along the side of the highway. And here's the thing: if you see those flags or those vehicles and you manage to stop one of those people or talk to them, they'll be able to tell you what group they're with. And chances are, 9 times out of 10, whatever that group is doing more than just flag waves in the background to better things for the rest of us. They are working to change legislation. They're at their PTA meetings. These are the people that are following along what's going on. And when you ask them for help or you ask them for direction, they can help point you in the right direction. That's what they're all about. You know, it's about getting out, meeting your neighbors. Again, this starts in your communities, guys. This starts locally. Locally. The CRT in the schools, that's in your school district too. It's in every single school district. If you don't like it, you have to go to your local school district and you need to say something there. I'm reading the comments here, guys, and I really love the civil discourse that's going on. I think it is amazing to see all of the different comments. And I love to see all these different perspectives and points of view. I don't know that. So I'm reading a comment here about saying how everybody pretends to hate each other. I don't know that people pretend to hate each other, especially not in this chat. At least not in this one. We, like I said, we encourage civil discourse and we welcome everybody here. So Chris, I do believe that Chicago is hard to change minds there, you know, just like New York City. That's not an easy place to change minds and hearts either. But you know, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't try. And that's the truth of it. I mean, honestly, I like going into New York. I like going into the Bronx. I like going into Queens. Why? Because those are places that need to hear the messages. Those are places that, you know, they need to grow because they are tough areas. So those people need to find those like-minded individuals now more than ever. You know, so again, well, you know, Al, if you don't like the guys in Alberta, there's guys all over Canada doing all kinds of amazing things. There's a lot of groups. And if you would like, you can message me on the side. I will happily point you to some of the other ones if you don't like what the guys in Alberta are doing. There's plenty going on in Canada too. Plenty of active groups out there trying to make changes locally. You know, so yeah, that's it. Nurse D, asking people a question and striking up conversation. You know, like I get stopped all the time about the decals on my truck or what's written on my windows. Hey, what's this all about? What is it that you do? What, or a lot of people will come up and say, I love your flags. Thank you for flying them. Hi, Truther Cop. Welcome to the chat. You want to go on record that you weren't on board with the name Rio? Well, I know. Wasn't exactly my first pick either, but you know, we let it up to the vote and I said I was going to go with it. So Kentucky, that's the case, I think, with many states, where if it wasn't for the big cities, the states would be red instead of blue. Russ, I hear some similar sentiments to that a lot. Now, guys, let me I don't want to. Oh, I'm really not. I don't want our channel censored, so I'm just going to kind of leave that in the comments there. But you're right. The country is a bit upside down, and it does seem a little bit hopeless. But you know what? That's what the devil wants you to think. The evil in this world, the demons, whatever you want to call them, those evil forces. Okay, they want you to think that it's hopeless. They want you to think that it's over. But guess what? It's not. It is not over yet. And as long as I am alive, I am going to be kicking and screaming and yelling at the top of my lungs and trying to work towards making change. And the truth is that the light is always stronger than the darkness. Always. And that's why it's so important to find the other lights, because you have more lights then to shine brighter and shine that darkness away, guys. Yes, Shelley, I did see that a lot of people are starting to fly their Canadian flags upside down. I can appreciate why. I have a hard time with the thought of turning my flag upside down. I take that very seriously. And I know that a lot of Canadians feel like Canada is in a lot of trouble. I know the US is in a lot of trouble. I just, I think it has to be in some ways a personal choice, if you're going to fly your flag that way. And I respect that, because I do understand where they're coming from. I can tell you that, in my opinion and in my own personal belief, okay, if the WHO pandemic treaty is signed and put into law, I will at that point feel very much compelled to flip my own flag. I feel at that point we would be at I feel like this is a crucial turning point that we're approaching in a rapid way. So I'm seeing, okay, so I want to touch on this too. Chris, there's a comment, it's scary. Are we going to make it till November? And this is what something I want to talk about a little bit too. So I have concerns in general, right, about November. So first of all, I have concerns on whether or not there's even going to be an election, for one. I find it doubtful, in my own opinion. But what I find even more concerning, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, is the polarization of the country. Because the truth is that November, so if we have elections, do you guys really, I mean, honestly, do you really think it matters Who gets voted into office? Because the whatever the outcome of that election, whatever the outcome of the election, do you really think it's going to make one pinch of crap a difference after they announce the winner as to what's going to actually happen in this country? Have you guys even thought about that part yet? I mean, like, just on a serious level here, with the state of the country, with the insane polarization of the left and the right, and everybody calling each other names and having to put each other in these bubbles, like people like me who are kind of like in the middle, and I'm like, ah, I don't want to go. It doesn't matter. We're getting caught in a crossfire and labeled one way or the other. And here's the thing. You know, whether Biden gets a re-election or Trump gets a re-election or RFK comes into the picture or some other third party like Jill Stein or Dr. Shiva, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Do you know why? Because one side or the other is going to throw a temper tantrum of some sort, and I'm sorry to call it that, but it's going to be a temper tantrum. And depending on which side is going to depend on how much destruction goes along with it. Now, not trying to be funny, but let's look at the George Floyd riots. Let's look at the statues coming down and half the country being burned. And those were mostly peaceful. But then we look at January 6th, which it was just a bunch of people completely unarmed with flags. And that was an unarmed insurrection. And it was a couple of windows and some security fencing. Okay, so either way, you could say, oh, well, this was this, and this was this, and this was this. Okay, but let's look at the two of them. Either way, somebody's going to sensationalize it. Either way, you've got people in the streets. Either way, you've got people who are upset. So is it really going to matter who wins the election in November? Do you really think it's going to matter? If you don't start fixing the stuff in your backyard, it doesn't matter who gets elected president. If you don't know who your neighbors are and who you can count on during tough times, because the tough times are coming. They're coming. They've only just begun, guys. And like I said, that doesn't even count. I just think about November, and I just think about what a crap show it's going to be. Red maple leaf, right there. Right there. I'm going to put that up there. Right there. That is so true. You know, again, community, it starts in the backyard. It starts at home. They can't build a 15-minute city if your city refuses to take their funding. So if you're there and you're in those meetings and you understand what sustainable development and all of these things are and what they mean for your communities, you have a voice. You can talk to your neighbors that you got to know, and you can all show up at those township meetings, and you can stop that. You can stop it. You can be an everyday hero. But you have to have courage. You have to have the courage to be able to stand up and use your voice. And you have to be able to be uncorruptible. Because as they're all talking about P. Diddy, one of the things that one of those phrases, all money ain't good money, is it? All money ain't good money. You know, think about your values. Think about who you are as a person. Think about those things that you hold dear. Are you able to be sold? Are you able to be bought and sold? Do you want your beliefs to be able to be bought and sold? Because that's what it comes down to. Money, right? That's how they buy these people, they buy their silence, they buy them turning a blind eye. You have to be willing to stand against the corruption. And they're not going to like it, and they're not going to make it easy, and they're going to make your life miserable. That's why it's so important to know your allies in your community. Because you're going to need support. This is not an easy task. It's not an easy road. Not by a long shot. Rio is in the room next to me, honey. He's laying down or quiet or something over there. He's behaving. I'll show you guys Rio in a little bit, though, once I hear him get up and start moving around. Well, you know, Nurse D, it's more than just tainted air. It's, you know, I mean, in all fairness, you've got fluoride in the water. And, you know, you can easily look up studies that they've conducted all across the globe. And it's been proven that fluoride lowers the IQ of children. It's proven. And yet they put it in your drinking water. You know, the cricket powder. Yes. The company Protix, they partnered with Tyson, was one of them, I believe. Got to check it out. It's labeled as different things, but yeah, they can put bug powder, ground up bugs, in your food now. Oh, Rio is absolutely huge. Yes, Kimmy, a lot of things doubled. Yeah, your assessment doubled, insurance doubled, taxes doubled. How about your utilities, guys? How are your utilities looking? I got another notice in the mail saying about another rate increase. Again, they just increased last year. How much more can your wallet take? And again, it starts in your backyard. And you've got to get to know your allies. It's so imperative that you guys get out and get connected. Find out who's who in your area. You know, because again, you know, the clock is ticking. They're pushing this agenda. You know, and in all fairness, you know, the last 4 years should have taught a lot of us a lot of lessons. The last 4 years should have taught us a lot of lessons. Look at the medical information coming out now. How about those ads making it seem like it's normal for 15-year-olds to have heart attacks? Y'all see them? No, Nurse D, I did not hear about the 2 York farmers that were thrown in jail. You'll have to send me a link so I can check that out. I've been spending a lot of time focusing here at home um, getting ready to close my physical stores and go strictly online with my cosmetics company, um, so that I can work from home and be a little bit more flexible with my schedule and, still keep my lights on. So I like to eat and have a place to live. So, got to make sure we're working to pay the bills. But I've had to rearrange some rooms here in the house and things like that. And then my truck broke down yesterday. The shifter cable, a clip on the shifter cable broke. So it should hopefully get fixed either tomorrow night or Saturday morning. Grow better. You didn't learn anything. One thing that sucks about knowing stuff. Yeah, unfortunately, that does kind of happen. But I find that sometimes even revisiting information that I've already kind of learned about or whatever, I always find something new in the information when I revisit it. And sometimes it's good to just revisit a topic and go back in and check it out. And, I try and make a goal to learn. Yes, Kentucky. I try and make it a goal to learn something new every day. I was just thinking that. But again, uh, some of these conversations, I mean, obviously, we have some of these conversations a few times. We talk about these different topics and we talk about these different subjects. But every time that we have these chats, guys, I always find that there's something new that I learn, something in the comments or something that I find intriguing that leads me to ask more questions or, again, investigate something new. And anytime you learn new information, again, you want to be playing devil's advocate. You want to ask those hard questions. You want to say, okay, well, if I was on the opposite end of this, what questions would I ask? And you want to be brutal. Don't hold back. Because if you want truth, you have to go after it. Some people, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have started prepping, and it's really not a bad idea in general just to have at least like a month's worth of dry goods supply in your home, water, some extra medicines and band-aids and things always anyway, just in case. And that's something that I think, believe it or not, is a legitimate government recommendation and has been for a long time, is to just make sure that you have enough basic necessities on hand to survive a few weeks. But yes, if you haven't started prepping is always a good idea because obviously inflation is insane and prices just keep going up. They're not coming back down. So if you buy it today, it's going to be cheaper than it's going to be in a week. So, um, so again, you want to make sure if you haven't started prepping that you start putting some of those things away for yourself. And, you want to do that anyway, just in case there's like 1 month, maybe you're short on cash or whatever. And then you always have that little bit of extra. It's kind of like a nest egg of food, but that gives you a little bit more peace of mind too, especially with things being so uncertain right now. Ben, no, I have not heard from Mechanic Eric lately. Well, I don't know. He was in one of the chats the last couple of times I was live, but I didn't really like sit down and chat with him in a while. So I know he had a lot of stuff going on in his personal life and was, trying to put things back together. He was on the road a long time too. So yeah, you should try and have like 3 months. But yeah, I always say to people, start stockpiling a little bit at a time, at least enough for a month, that you want to just have that little nice cushion there so that you're prepared just in case. Listen, a zombie apocalypse, I think, would be almost welcome at this point. At least I know what to expect. Like I said, I'm more concerned with what happens. A bread tile work on the shifter. Yeah, I don't know much about. I was able to get it into reverse out of drive. I was trying to get it in park by like pulling on the cable, but I wasn't patient. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't patient enough. Maybe I was just too tired. Maybe it's just too fussy. But I hear somebody scratching at the door there. So I'm gonna go let Rio in for a minute so you guys can say hi to Rio. So give me just 1 second. Rio, I hear you. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hi, handsome. Hi, handsome. Hi. Yeah? What are you doing? Come on. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come here. Gosh, you're so big. All right, guys. So here is Rio. He is giant now, in case you can't see. He is super big, but he is super lovable. Quit eating my hair. Come on, buddy. I don't want you eating my no. Stop eating. No, and you can't eat my necklaces either. But he is definitely still rambunctious, still puppy. But he has he's almost quadrupled in size. And last time Stitch and I weighed him like 2 weeks ago, he was already 32 pounds. He was 16 the first time Stitch and I weighed him at his house when I brought him home. And he's now over 32 pounds. But yeah, he is huge now compared to what he was. But he is such a big baby. He is such a cutie pie. He is very soft, very loving. He sleeps with me every night at my head, and then he puts his head like on my shoulder. It's really cool. And he loves the cats. He loves chasing the girls. He loves playing with the boys downstairs, even though the boys downstairs aren't such a big fan. And he follows me pretty much everywhere I go. Yeah, you can't eat mommy's teeth. Your butt's falling off my lap. You're too big. You're too big. Can we not chew on my arm? Hey. Hi. Hi. You say hi to everybody? Quit being crazy. Look. Quit being crazy. Say hi. Look. Say hi. Oh, look. Look. There they are. There they are. Look. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Don't eat my hair. Don't eat my hair. So, yeah. So here he is. As big monster. He's a big monster, but I absolutely love it. He had a bandana on earlier that was made for him, but he must have taken it off because I tied it really loose. But Tammy had made him one and sent it to me. Well, sent it to us both in the mail. She also got him some really cool toys that are his like new favorites. And he does have the Kong football. And it actually rattles like rattles like crinkled paper. Hang on, let him. All right, I'll let you go see the girls. Ready to go see the girls? Okay, go get them. Go get them. All right. So he's wandering the front of the house now. He's gonna go chase the girl cats. But yeah, he does have it's a Kong football, but it's like a little raccoon or whatever, and it has a tail, and it sounds like crinkly paper, and it rattles. That is Tammy sent that from Canada, and that is his like new favorite toy of all time. She also sent a couple of other toys, chewing, teething ones, so that he's not chewing my arm as frequently as before as he goes through the teething process. But yeah, he absolutely loves it. I do have a dog crate for him. He's only been crated twice, but he did do really, really well with it. So I was kind of excited about that. I mean, I don't like doing it. I try to find, if I can't take him with me somewhere, I do try to find somebody to stay with him. But yeah, I absolutely love having him around, and he brings so much joy to my life, and I'm really grateful and blessed. But yeah, he's huge. He is absolutely huge. And Oh, sorry, guys. For those of you that didn't hear on one of my previous lives, we do have Rio's DNA in. So he has 18 different breeds in him from the DNA test. The top 5 breeds, for those of you that were curious, is Border Collie, Alaskan Cattle Dog, Husky, Australian Shep, Husky, Australian Cattle Dog, and Chow Chow. Those are the top 5 in that order. Like I said, Border Collies first, and then the Australian Shep, then the Husky, then the Cattle Dog, then the Chow Chow. Yeah, 18 different breeds. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. I was just looking. He was yesterday, he was really being lovey, and he kept giving me his belly like every 10 minutes or whatever. And I was thinking to myself last night, I remember the first time I gave him a bath and how many fleas and everything he had all over him and how bit up he was. And I was petting his belly and I was looking and I was just like, wow, how amazing. What a transformation. From how I acquired him to now, and he is just so healthy and happy and playful, and he's the best. So yeah, he is an amazing dog. And it's funny because most of the breeds that came back are like the herding breeds. So they're all these high energy dogs that are big. So he's still growing. He's still going to get amazingly big. As you guys can tell, he's huge already. But I can't wait to see how big he actually gets. I have no idea what we're in for, because he has other dogs in him too, like Pyrenees and leopard dog, Catahoula leopard dog or something is one of the breeds. It's funny, but there's 0 Dalmatian, just so you guys know. 0 Dalmatian. I get asked that all the time. But yeah, he is adorable. And one of those things in those photo drops that I'm behind on that I want to do is actually post those DNA results for you guys, so you can actually see all those different breeds and amazing things about him that we were able to find out. So yeah, he loves life. I mean, he loves traveling. He loves the backyard. He's made friends with one of the neighbor dogs and the owner, because his owner brought over a pig's ear for Rio too. So he makes a lot of new friends. And he's been very, very good. Of course, I took him on the convoy for the Westchester Patriots and Tunnel to Towers the other week, and he had a great time. Yes, Ben, I got him in Texas at the Children's Ranch there. Yep, he was rescued from over at Eagle Pass and brought to the ranch, and I was eating my breakfast and drinking my coffee, and a gentleman asked me to hold him and said that he needed a home, and that was that. Rio had a home, and he came home with me, and he's been with me pretty much ever since. He's approximately 5 to 6 months old, somewhere in there. I'm not really sure, but yeah, he is absolutely amazing. And like I said, to just see the progress he's made since I first got him, like I said, he was all bit up with those big old Texas fleas, and they were just crawling all over him and everything. He's had so many flea baths and, treatment and everything else. And he just, oh my gosh, he looks so much different. He's a lot bigger. He's so much healthier, gaining weight beautifully. And again, he's learning different commands too. He's obviously still very excitable, as he is just a baby, but he's learning a lot of commands like sit and stay, and well, he knows bad. He knows bad. He doesn't like the word no. He thinks that if you tell him no, he'll keep testing you. But if you say the word bad, then he stops. It's really funny. So yeah, he's not a fat little pup anymore. He's getting to be a really big, really muscular dog. And again, the size of his paws are just huge. He just keeps growing and he's eating and eating and eating. And of course, I give him all kinds of snacky treats too, even though he eats like he does. He has a nice bowl, nice big bowl of dry food in the morning. And then he has more dry food at night. And I give him some wet food too. And sometimes table scraps and snacky snacks throughout the day. Hello, guys that are joining. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here. Come here. Say hi. Oh, you can say hi to everybody? Are you chasing the girls? You chasing the girls? Yeah. Your butt's falling off my legs again. Oh, gosh. Here he is, guys. The big old puppy. Hey, no. No. Now be nice. Be nice. Good boy. Good boy. Look at this. Good boy. Oh, hi, Mama. Hi, Mama. Now, Rio, no. Rio, no. Come here. Rio, leave her. Oh, man. There they go. So my mama cat just came in to say hi, but Rio just chased her off. So I was going to introduce you, but I guess not. Oh, goodness. You have 2 pit bull puppies. Aw. Yeah, dogs are amazing. Dogs and cats are amazing. Animals in general, they're just absolutely wonderful. They're wonderful additions to your life. Yeah, he is a nipper, Aya. Absolutely. Yes, you're right. I do love my animals so much, Shelly. I don't, you know, it's crazy. I don't know what my life would be like without animals anymore at this point. Um, it's second nature. I mean, I have a lot of cats and of course I have the dog. But I've had a lot of different pets over the years. Um, I've had lizards, I've had snakes. I've had hermit crabs and fish. So we've had some interesting ones over the years. But yeah, Rio, if I'm not fun fact, if I'm not moving fast enough up the stairs, he likes to nip at my backside and hurry me along the stairs. So if I'm not moving fast enough, I get nipped too. What are you doing? What are you doing, Rio? Hi, baby. Hi. Hi. What's up? What's up? Are you having a good time? Why are we chewing me? No. What's up? Oh, you gonna go get him again? Okay. It is so nice to see all of you guys here. Oh, man. Yeah, I have 8 cats. I have 8 cats and the dog right now is what we're rocking here at the house. That is more than enough right now. So so I'm not looking to add any more at this time. Hey. Mind? Hey, be nice. Be nice. Be nice. Good boy. Good. Be a good boy. Come on. I know you're all excited because the girls are over there. Oh, he doesn't know what to do. He just wants to chase the girls. So yeah. So holy mackerel. I've been live for an hour and a half and I didn't plan on that at all. But this is wonderful. I'm so excited to see all of you guys in the comments. Thank you for joining in. Guys, thank you for all of the wonderful discussion so far this evening. Both your females had litters a week apart. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Rio loves to play. He thinks that he can play like basketball and football with all the neighborhood kids. He's actually big enough now. So my side porch. Oh, this is Pandora. This is one of the girls. Hi, Pandora. See, this is Pandora. She's a rescue. So, see, she's saying hello. All right, come on, scoot. Well, it looks like I am just getting. Hi, mommy. Yes, I hear you, mama. And this is my mommy cat. And she wants Tiny Smacks. I think she's in heat. So yeah, I'm getting overrun by the animals right now. Yep, she's definitely in heat. Oh, Rio, I don't think you want to be. Move, buddy. Move, because she's going to jump off my shoulders and not be nice. All right. Okay. Holy macaronis. So yeah, welcome to the crazy house. Welcome. Everybody's been fed. Everybody said, what is this? You're checking out Pandora? Do you have to sniff her? She doesn't want to be sniffed. Come on, down. She doesn't want to be sniffed. I don't think I want you up on the desk, so probably not a good idea. You got a piece of my hair in your mouth, dude. What are we doing? What are we doing? You have a black cat like her? Yeah, so all of my cats, all 8 of them, are black. So good night, Kentucky girl. I'm so glad you were in here tonight. I love you. Tell Papa I said hi. Give him a hug for me. But yeah, I all 8 of my cats are black. And of course, Rio has mostly white fur, but I have to tell you, Rio sheds more than all 8 cats. So he, so I'm like vacuuming every other day because there's just dog fur everywhere. Hey, come on, down. All right, you're coming out of my office. All right, that's enough now. Mom said enough. Rio, you stay here. Pandora, out. Rio, okay, come on, Rio. You're going in the bedroom. Let's go. Go get them. Okay, good job. What? What is this? Oh my goodness. What is that? Come on, dude. Oh, God. Oh, come on. You're a mess. You're a mess. No. Oy vey. Oy vey. Oy vey. Okay, well, sorry about that, guys. I just put all of the animals out of my office. This is usually my sanctuary. I try to keep this room fairly animal free. Kind of for that reason, because they just want to go everywhere. And I actually have a long-haired black cat downstairs. So I do have a long hair. Most of the rest are short hair. Pandora has the most amount of white on her, but Pandora is completely unrelated to all the other cats. All of the other 7 cats are related. So the one that was in heat with the bell, her name is Cleo. She's the mama cat. And she's had 2 litters with my male, whose name is Zeus. And like I said, they had 2 litters of 3. And then I had one of the babies passed away. He had a heart attack last year. And so I have 5 of the kittens that made it over the last 2 years. And then Pandora was an adult rescue from a farmer's market in Lancaster. So, Hannah's is a long-haired tuxedo. Yeah. Yeah, the long hair is beautiful, but it gets matted very easily, and I hate it because it's always at his tail. No, not all of my cats are related in mating. No. You have the mom and the dad cat, and then they had 2 litters. So, mom and dad had 2 litters. So, mom and dad are unrelated. It's mom, dad, and 4 or 5 boys, and or it was 5 boys and a girl. It's now 4 boys and a girl. So the girls are in the front of my house, and the boys are in the back of my house, and they are separated. So yeah, sometimes I have to use scissors to cut out like some of the fur clumps, but I try not to. I try to brush my guy with the long hair because he's just beautiful. But like I said, his fur gets matted a lot. It does get tangled a lot by his tail. So you can see your 2 birds on the channel. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, like I said, I absolutely love animals, and they do. They bring a great joy to my life. They actually say that a cat's purr is at a frequency that heals you, believe it or not. So when a cat is laying on you and purring, it's actually a sound frequency that's supposed to heal. So that's an interesting, fun side note about cats anyway. Hi, Frank. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, I've noticed that, Kimmy. As he gets older, his fur is more coarse. I have cat fur, like floating in the air here, and Pandora is shedding like mad, and her fur is so fine and silky. It like hangs in the air, and it sticks to you. Ugh. So it's like making my nose itch. Absolutely crazy. It's making my nose itch. So in other fun, just side randomness, I am currently working on something else. I'm currently working on in the background. For those of you, if you're curious or wondering, I know some of you guys had been asking about hats and shirts and things like that over time. I'm actually working on creating a eBay account for the kitchen to put some of our merchandise up, like the t-shirts and hats and things like that. So once that's up and running and active, if you guys were interested in purchasing any of those items, any of the monies that are made in excess, just they help fuel the kitchen to keep us moving, keep us going to events and all of those things, doing the wonderful things that we try and do, the donation drives and all of that. But that's just a side note on something that I am working on in the background. So hopefully that'll be out soon, so you guys can check that out. I'm only going to start with what we actually have before I start taking any kind of orders for any shirts or anything like that. But I am going to put that up as soon as I can. So just so you guys know, that's something that I have been working on in the background. For anybody that was looking, like I said, those We the People hats and things, we're going to have all of those up for those of you that didn't get a chance to get them when we were taking them out with us on the road. So that's something, just as a random side note. I also have been working on another project that hopefully I will be able to start unveiling very, very soon for you guys. I have a really cool idea, and it's going to take us back to some of the basics, take us back to some of the cooking that we used to do. So, and in light of talking about these being prepared and having emergency foods and inflation and all of these other things, one of the things that doesn't get talked about enough, at least in my opinion, is, as times get harder and as things get more expensive, we have to start turning to a lot of different avenues when it comes to foods and things like that. And not everybody's in the same position in life, obviously. So one of the things that I want to start getting back into and maybe talking about and doing is getting back to the cooking and showing you guys how to start creating some meals out of those everyday essentials, things in your pantry, those non-perishable items, how to take some of that stuff and put together something that's relatively healthy and nutritious that can, be substantial and feed a family on a budget. And again, that's something that's in the works that I want to kind of I'm still piecing some stuff together, but that is something that I'd like to try and do so that we can, teach some new ways to cook and new ways to do things. And like I said, get back to our roots a little bit more, and take you back to the cooking aspect of the kitchen where we all started. Again, just taking that random everyday stuff and turning it into something wonderful. And I want to show you guys how to do that too in your own homes and be able to sustain you and your families even in times of distress, even in times where maybe you're not financially stable or whatever that case may be. So that is something that I am working on in the background. I would love to hear some feedback about, things that you guys would like to see. If you would like to see other kinds of lives, what kind of events you want to see covered, what kinds of topics that you guys want to talk about. All of these things help determine what I do in the future, and what we do in the future as a kitchen, as a unit, and what kind of information and stuff that we bring to you guys. So if you have those suggestions or comments or anything, please put it in the comments here, message me on the side, send me an email. I would love to hear from you. Because again, we want you guys to keep coming back, and we want to keep having these discussions, and we want to keep bringing you guys information. So, again, if you get involved with these groups or anything like that, we want you to send us the flyers so that we can go ahead and put them up and get people to your events. We want to educate as much as we can, and we want to be able to be making sure that we're reaching out all across the island, bringing everybody together. Like I talked about before, that unity and everything, working together, finding your communities, to make those big changes. So again, lots of stuff in the works in the background. Unfortunately, like I said, this weekend's events are not going to work out for me as far as that Trump rally goes. Really bummed, but hopefully I'll be able to catch maybe a little bit of that powwow. Who knows? But the truck has to get fixed first. Got to get the truck fixed. I was thinking about it, Nursty. Yeah. So I was thinking about doing some cooking streams. Again, cooking streams with a twist. I mean, there's a few plot twists there, but I do want to keep it very true to the beginnings of how this whole thing got started. And again, a lot of it is to try and really educate how to, like I said, how to create those meals out of stuff in your pantry on a budget where money might be really, really tight. Um, say, for example, you are at home and you don't have any meats or whatever, all you have is the stuff in your pantries. It's all non-perishable. Um, again, some people don't know how to take those components, put them together and make something substantial for themselves and their families. And we want to make sure that, we're teaching and we're learning and we're growing, so that way everybody can be prepared. Everybody, some people might be like me and absolutely love to cook and find that it's a new calling for them, and that would be amazing. Then they can teach other people how to do it too. Yeah, exactly. It's trying to teach you how to just how to make the best of what you've got as we get into these times, like I said, with inflation and prices, and everybody's so uncertain. People are spending more on groceries now than they are anything else. Groceries and the roof over their head. Groceries and lodging. So it's really scary to think, how much those numbers have gone up for everybody, whether you're renting, you own your home, it doesn't matter. And like I said, we all feel it at the gas pump. We all feel it at the grocery store. And, everything's gone up on average of 30%, and that's across the board. That's all your commodities. That's everything that we're using. So again, everything, the price of everything is going up, but the wages are not. And unfortunately, that means a lot of families have to make cutbacks on a lot of different things. And sometimes those cutbacks actually come out of those food budgets. So we are coming to a point, um, while we do want to make it a point to, try and cover, sorry guys, I was distracted with a comment, to try and, cover how to take those, like I said, those budget items, make them into something substantial. Just teach you different ways to cook, maybe over a grill, over a fire, over a camp stove, who knows. But again, I'd love to hear your feedback, guys. I'd love to hear other ideas that you may have, things that you want to see, topics you want to cover. Again, I want you guys to be just as involved in the kitchen as what I am. I want you guys to be invested. I want you guys to come back often. I want to be able to work with all of you so that we are getting that information out. And if you find something noteworthy, or you think that there's something really important that we should celebrate, or news that we should get out there, let me know about it. Again, I'm pretty busy, but that doesn't mean that I don't take the time to check through those emails and those messages. And I thank you guys so much for always sending me all kinds of wonderful information. Again, we want this to be a place for all of us to come together and have these discussions. So, wait, sticks, rockets. So, yeah. Yeah, so exactly, Kimmy. So there's a lot of different ways that we can teach people to cook, different ways to create ovens, things like that. So, who knows? Who knows? We could definitely have a good time trying out all kinds of different things. Crackers, cereals, pancake mix, glass jars, and a seal. Yeah. Wow. Mrs. Mutt's scared to try one of your recipes. Yeah, I'm not cooking with bugs if I can help it. Unless we're outside, then they might, I don't know. But we're not trying to cook with bugs. We're not trying to add them into our diet. I know they say it's just extra protein and that they're safe for you and all, but not my jam. But yeah, cicadas are yummy. I'll take your word on that, darling. I'm willing to try a lot of foods, but I really have no interest in trying those. No interest in trying bugs. I just, that's not on the agenda, but hey, to each their own, man. That's freedom for you right there. That's freedom. Like I said, it's not, freedom is for everybody, not just those we agree with. So I'll let you eat the cicadas. Uh, oh man. But yeah, so yeah, guys, we are gonna try and bring some new content to you. So again, I'm glad to see the feedback and the comments about you guys, with some of these suggestions and things. This is wonderful to see. I got a book on foraging. Yeah, that's definitely, it's funny. You talk about foraging, and when you think about foraging, the first thing I think of is weeds. And the reason I think of weeds right away is because a lot of weeds are edible and medicinal, and yet we purposely kill them. So, I don't know. It's definitely something that you should learn. Which plants are edible, which ones you can cook, what's good, what's not good, when it's ready to be picked, what the nutritional value is. I mean, for example, like dandelion. Dandelion is a really, really great weed. You can make coffee out of it. It's medicinal. You can make wine out of it. You can eat the leaves in a salad. Um, so again, it's really amazing. Like I said, when you talk about foraging, I automatically, like I said, I think of weeds, and I think of all those wonderful medicinal purposes that all of them have, and yet we purposely kill them with things like Roundup. It's just scary. That's owned by Monsanto. It gives you cancer. So, again, Just, it never ceases to amaze me. Cat's ears and dandelion, they're almost identical. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, don't eat the wrong kind of mushrooms. Exactly. I mean, you could, but I don't think your stomach would thank you very much. Black walnut trees. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, there's a, and you can learn a lot. You can learn a lot when you read those books about plants and things. And it's pretty cool because again, there's so much in nature that's so readily abundant and available for medicines and food. Um, that you can raw milk thistle, yeah. Yeah, there's, like I said, a lot of different weeds that you can eat that are really medicinal and have a lot of great value. But anyway, guys, it has been almost 2 hours, and they have been wonderful. They have been glorious. Um, yeah, any meat cooked over 165 is edible. Tastes vary. Amen to that. Listen, when you're hungry enough, honestly, I mean, if you're hungry enough, you'll eat almost anything. And that's the real truth of it. So it's just a matter of knowing what's safe to eat and what's not. Yes, wild lettuce is very good for pain. You know how to forage for steak? But guys, it has been such a pleasure to have all of you here in the chat this evening. Thank you for catching up with me. Again, I do apologize that I'm not going to be able to cover that Trump rally this weekend. Hopefully, I mean, he did announce that he's going to do one in Madison Square Garden. So hopefully when he puts that one together, I'll be able to get to that and cover one of these rallies for you guys because they are really amazing. If you get to go. So thank you guys for being here. Make sure you check out the Soup Mama official page on Facebook, guys. Check out those pin posts. Once I get off of here, I am going to be working late tonight and again tomorrow, trying to get all of those flyers updated for you guys. So you have a bunch more of events to check out all over the globe. Don't forget to send me flyers if you have them. And I look forward to all of the amazing things that are coming up, guys. I hope to chat with you again soon. He's not going to be in PA, Nancy. He's going to be in Jersey. He's going to be Wildwood, New Jersey on Saturday. Doors open, gates open at noon. I don't think he's speaking till like 5 or something, but if you don't get there early, you're not going to get in. So, but I love you guys so very much. Thank you all for being here. I hope you all have a blessed and fabulous evening. I will be live again in the next couple of days. I'll check in with you guys and let you know the status of the flyers and the truck and everything else that's going on, give you a Rio update. But it's so great to see all of you here. Thank you so much, guys, for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. I appreciate it way more than you know. Have a wonderful evening. God bless. Love you.